dealing with the situation and loving the people here, which giving the best effort, where everyday trying to supporting my reality, my situation, and giving me health space for the having a very good treating and respectable one, not like others with a pardon for some victims, like the nestes of the prostitution of Sodoma, Ejército Argentino, and the bodies, Kirchners, for the making of the lives of peoples and the rights of peoples just a market, for they to play the career of the government of the world and just a trick over coins per life to giving and exchanging. So suddenly the reality of the soul. At this June 30, 2014, just like the putting clear some things around, I just knew about there are these pedophilics, the generates of the Tribunales Argentina intendants and the same PDMTD JPN Argentina, which dedicated with the whole of the supporting of the TEM crop they are part permanently to making the whole of the NH'AHM behind. And suddenly they are the right TEM shit that were supporting the whole of the murders inside the same government of the Argentina and coverage for the same disgusting hell shit that they are part of, like examination courts, brothels actually, with the pardon of one, to the making the abominations that they are for. At the reality of the soul came the point of the soul that we are suffering, which delivered to us into this lousy hell, shed of hell. We're making the whole of the efforts for this to be done and seen and suppressed, like for they to having the business and succeed in the whole of the degenerations that they are part of. So suddenly today, in the middle of the soul, some people which were requesting they to act forwarding International Criminal Court requestments, telling, but how are you going to trust in one that we're delivering all the time? What is he asking to the hospital? Is he taking clonazepam? Is he taking what? Forensics said that all the time. I do not take no medications because I never need them. And they know shit. So this is the reality that keeps on making the same thing and keeps on delivering that I liar, and also third to saying the pedophilics that generates this with the sickle term shit forensics Corp Argentina with the pardon of some and with the term shit ever Paris Cristina Kirchner and presidents telling the liars that is making what the Ejército Argentino makes. And I'm telling you, pieces of whores, of the Sodoma, ball slickers, I'm sorry the words. You all the liar, that the Ejército Argentina, the liars, that's what I do. So the reality of the soul, Ejército Argentino, the liars that are going to be me, and are going to do what I do. So there, the faggot land, like you can see there, what are they doing? What is that all about? Do you see that? Can you? Let's approach. Do you see them? Understand what I say? Those lousy pedophilics, Sodoma. What is the point to being right parked there in this? Bustamante Sanchez Street in Cordova Avenue, just a couple of meters. Right over there. Penitentiary Federal, Sodoma, with the pardon of some victims. And the reality of this soul to deliver the truth. All around making the shit that they are for the raping people. Oh, we are in duty, nothing on that. This is the liars all the time. You serious? Are you sure this is this way? Like you are conscious, you son of a snake. And suddenly, we go in the middle of the way dealing with the situation to containing my family and my mother that thinks I am totally whack and totally in need of medication and kind of healing. My supposed disease manipulated and used by this class of a shit permanently for the reason that they are doing what they do. So suddenly it happened that I came crossing by the reality of this soul, trying to holding the lives as best in my destruction and damages, like permanently happened. My supposed delirious that this all are, they are a delirious permanently, and they goes to hell like that. Suddenly in the middle of the reality, murdering people all around, for this to remain the supposed delirious. pedazo de perras del infierno, in the middle of the reality of this soul that I just came through in a bus while supposedly having sex all around. And while supposed I've been chunky stuff in my nose and also smoking pot for the making what they has as the liars that I the liar. So suddenly, with a porn in the hand and murdered on the ones that said that you are not going to do this anymore because of this is all forged, this person is right where we know he is, and we're up on the bus. And never happened nothing like this. You son of a snake, get the hell out of his life and his family, and don't you dare no more to say nothing else. So suddenly, in the middle of this all, 1,814 more member states to replace by shit of Cristina Kirchner and officialism, presidents Argentina, squatters of powers, being whores of Sodoma, erected in the phallus of Sodoma to having powers upon the world, like any damn hell whore, in the middle of the reality of this soul, delivered the reality of our lives into 1,000 and extra murdered for there to remain, is what we say, of course. Forgive me the words. We keep on. Came on the bus and crossing by mediations that I normally go through while coming to this hospital, dealing with the situation, and while I'm coming out of the place I am addressed in this damn city, just coming the reality of the two baldy pedophilics of the phony Sodoma police station nest of Sodoma Key with a pattern of victims. Do you know what happened? The normal regular here all around, that whole armed forces, whole Ejército Argentino, Armada Argentina, Metropolitan, forensics, pedophilics and all pedophilics, instruction, courts, examination, and the whole degeneration federal courts, Sodoma, and the whole them Kirchner's officialism shit, Argentina, and the whole associated civilian, making the chop of NH'AHM. One comes early at the morning and starts to making kidnap of people in the United States of America for the Jewish Communities Council, United Nations, New York, and started threatening they to kill them and to disappear the bodies if I wouldn't do what they need. So in the middle of the situation and the struggle, threatening International Criminal Court, New York, and also BRDMC, human rights, suddenly one crosses in the middle of the way with people that gets destroyed and damaged with not necessary to the making the business of the Fagotlandes, them shit Sodoma, and the horse of them for the making the chop of LOEH'MOH'H. You saw the degenerate, this is a damn fag, you know that? So suddenly, one gets in the middle of the street saying, you better go, you better grope it, you better eat it, you better say you want it, and you better behave like a professional of the orals, and make it to that, because of you gotta be a degenerate for we to clean the shit they are in your person, for you are going to be what we say, and we are not going to be denigrated by you, says Sodoma. So the two baldy faggots, pedophilics of the phony, were ascended and delivered into the reality of being special rapists of whole with legs and dogs and goats, for they to be the superstars on Fachina. And then the reality of this soul came for the MINIV'ESH'MOTHY'EHM, switching ideas again. We are not going to be denigrated for a fag. This is all we say, chunk of the liars and fag, and we are not going to touch a man of the forces or emblem of the nation. Cada marica degenerada que no se puede creer, enfermos degenerados con falo para hacer degeneración y llamar a eso seguridad nacional. And while during the soul, Guillermo Horacio Pren and Osvaldo Carnival threatening and saying that I had to be what they says, and the lying that I the liar, the horse of Babylonia, making the pact and saying we are all threatened. Liars, hell, shit. Forgive me the words on the day. So suddenly at the point of the soul just came the reality of, in the middle of all the generation saying, oh, because of it's what happens, and examination pedophilics that generate but the one, making all together, saying, all right, this is all done. We know it's doing this, and the whole of our men or officers shows the truth. So let's working. The chiefs of the Federal Police of Argentina to talking to the mother to explain the mother what it's gotta be done by the men. You understand what I mean? Faggots degenerates, pretender of chiefs. Sodoma degenerates, dogs eaters, abomination pedophilics, all disgusting shit, pretender of seers, murdering and sending to murder and destroy and rape and rob and forge and making the whole abomination we all suffer in the whole of the world, about the reality of, oh, the plan is done, we do to it here. Oh my God, let's go to the mother around. Because of the chiefs gotta be on the glory, and Mary gotta be sacrificed. Let's establishing this, and let's putting the supposed hilarious in the place it gotta be. So suddenly, last night during this soul, and after a very denounces to exposing the reality and the truth, the whole Shedys were delivering in the whole of the way of MINIVESH'MOTH'EHM, and Adonai were moving so hugely. So in the middle of this soul, Evangelica del Infierno started making a riot of demons like they are, saying that my power and my spirit to be given to my enemy and to the armies of Argentina and forces of Argentina to keep it. Who the liars about whom? So the reality of this all comes about. Also, last night Adonai were making a glorious moment. Suddenly happened emergencies, and we had a meteor rain, which came right up on the land of JAHD'H'NOVH'H in the same Bestetcheni Kafelechadi at the north of NH'AHM. 5 meteors just fell and destroyed 5 houses. The families are okay, thanks Hashem, Adonai, living and helping Him. And suddenly I were just helping at the Adonai were doing. So suddenly, not only this, but even some problems around. Herbilited something around, and in the United Nations space station, Sodoma, making disaster and making the world to the ones that helps us. And telling that they will play the heroes, and they were making the whole. So Ejército Argentino, Sodoma, Fagotland, delivering that they do what I do. What Adonai commands. And some meteors we could putting off and making the job. So suddenly in the middle of the reality, Adonai were making MINIVESH, of course. You know, so suddenly in the middle of this all, where something around the idea of this started to using again the satellites of defense systems to getting inside and make a disaster in the whole of the world, threatening to killing and murdering everybody and making disasters in the whole of the states with whatever nuclear and whatever there to be on the whatever the armamentist ways, and also putting down planes saying that they kind of putting dead because of their command the people of Israel, the people of the United Nations, and everyone of the International Criminal Court, and everyone that helps and supports the established orders in the world to be done, and we can ahead some respectable still few days on until everything to be in the hell and not us. So suddenly in the middle of this all happened that we were working and happened amazing things, and Adonai were doing. So at this morning they just find out that Adonai were doing amazing things, and suddenly they had not losing a glory Sodoma follows the generation moment. So started making the witchcraft and saying, put it on me, and Evangelica del Diablo, oh yeah, belong to him, Lord said. And suddenly, oh, this morning we were leading everybody and everything, and we were making the glorious Ejército Argentina's amazing pictures of hell. And the middle of the happened last night. And this morning, up on a bus of 92 liner, Buenos Aires, I'm sorry the words, forgive me Hashem, Adonai, pardon. The right point of the soul comes to and there were Ejército Argentino playing the heroes while they themselves using in the same taking positions in Arab Emirates, United Emirates, with a very missilistic to destroying and putting down planes and using the systems of global DTRDMC satellite over the Federation for the air navigation and commercial to crush 3 planes, to putting down other 8, and to trying to murder every one of us, which it is Ejército Argentino and Cristina Kirchner officialism Argentina permanently. So what that my supposed to deliver is, I'm gonna ADD something extra. In the middle of this all, we were doing what Adonai does. And this disgusting shit keeps on making the fighting and murdering around for they to say, we are going to win, we do to this here. So suddenly, ברכו תמקט בשפוכלים עד בבטחים הפקס כי לתשקו מחת חניגל בביתה ושומר חנים אל החדים אין שפודבת על בתומחי אונשמת בבליקה אבטחם הפכים אין שובלתים הפקי and תחני ישבתי. And the whole Sodoma prostitution evangelics saying that I gotta be a Thames scum, while the extortions and damages doesn't stop to being because of they needs also the glory of the hell that they serve themselves of, not of Adonai. And they makes the move of power, like hell with the pardon of the victims. I'm sick of them. So suddenly at the point of this all, keeps on making the generation and the abomination saying that they are going to be and do what I am and what I do. And they the liars, that I cut the lying, that they the liars, they do what I do. And the horse of them saying, but our forensics, it's Ejército Argentina. Like any whore. Because of they thinks a title and a hocus pocus, them shit rapist of whole gender, whole age. Even animal. And making the glorious, the generation, Sodoma, exercising. Pretended to be, because of they says sciences, druggy, balls liquors of Sodoma whores, that is gonna be a glorious in something that they never done and won't ever do. Just the simplicity of this soul delivers in. Forgive me the words again. I'm sorry, Moshé. I'm sorry, baby, my love. I'm sorry, my friends. I'm sorry, Israel. I'm sorry, rabbis. I'm sorry, Hashem. And not for last, but with us all, and first upon us. Shalom. דחלב ורימי תיגשקוב לכיני מבלשקו את חתשמו פלם אבת חידשקו מלך דיבנתי יקחנים אינש אפלכיתי וקישקה מות חתם על כקומך אשמותי בלותכם אפי חאן שוטת אינגולך מן תשקי בלחומך דשמו פלם. So who the liars now, you piece of Sodoma and piece of horse? Efetchem afenlech yam shechal chaninim el levetchim afechotash v'dav acholdiam al teshmoteva kiza chamidev zel vetri teshmotleki v'sefer chamat al veshmotriyam avelcha dishmo antavelcha zia patrontikos okechocham inumat al lemenechtik al chedish shefiti melchechel amasashefim el NH'AHM. And they wants to murdering everybody, saying we already now see it all and we know what it's doing. We are going to win in LOEH'MOH'TH. Put me its spirit and its mind. I'm going to say what it's better to say. Went right over United Nations New York Plaza and Chinese Plaza and went right over War United Nations Council and also Anti-Terrorism Council and in front of Interpol. Threatening they to do what this says to do because if they are going to rape and kill them all and making the that they have done all Adonai himself have done and about I to remain in him and he in me. So suddenly Hashem himself said, until here, you pieces of scum of hell, I'm gonna put you where you belong, and I am God, and you are excrement. Salah. So suddenly, the reality of the soul, the sick abomination this, were also moving a very TMTZ, trying to sink some cruisers, some shipping all around the world, and making there were just an accident, and suddenly, you know, he said, because of his spoken, and we know he is the terrorist. Where is the delirious piece of a scum, Sodoma? So really, the whole of the heads of Ejército Argentino, Armada Argentina, Fuerzas Armadas Argentinas, should rape my mother, Maria, Ashkat Rechachai, Dishmot Lim. To the making what? آفتقي دسمت بلختي كدر خلاص معطنیم شهف بلخدی جدین صدوم جدین ببخومت علمنا خدین Kirchner's officialism, Ejército Argentino, and all associated SHEDYN, the two bold shits. Oh, let's explain the man. What is gonna doing and what can it do now? فخومتهم الذين سفر شخليم أطرمكي والفنخة تركيدها أشبت ملخيدو منايم الفنخيدا شخدي بخواني. She got a disease because of she were blowing to us and prostituting all the time, while they فخومتهم الذين فشخدي بخلمتي كدام كشمن خلق دينام أشبت لمتي فخير أكلدي مسكبرختي كشكوبلتها بدم فشم أدمنخي in a product shiboid. Of LOEH'MOH'TH kabat yom activish lemetivish and fechomativish NH'AHM. Zedcho v'yisrolechi atash menechal devanika. Zevatchim afochaletem eshechaletim edachanim. Seveshikavlecha and sovachanim alech. Así que prostitutas Kirchners, prostitutas oficialismo, prostitutas degenerados creídos que con tener un título y una posición para ser una perra enferma en celo de muerte de todo lo que sea valor, poder y realidad, para ustedes gobernar y mandar. En realidad, ustedes creen que yo deliro, el delirio de sus malditas perras sodomitas, de las cuales ustedes se erectan todo el tiempo para tener poder acá y en todo el mundo, para ser la perra muerte que son. Degenerados. So it is. فخمتهم بلخنيم الشفر خديك ملخنيم الشف أو بلتهم نفشي كالخنيمة فكي مصل خسي صدوما فخمتهم نفشخ ملكي أدبتهم نشكبل خمش أدخا سبنتهم بالشمتخي أنفلخخم ألتمشكي مطغلية فشوفل خني خنيم. I've just lost, since last night until today, 3,104 friends. Those that you know they love the whole the right thing, and they love you and you love them back, and you say, I want to put you at save, but evangelica diabla to help the criminal of the criminals, I'm going to put you like you put it them. For Clemeni Shechal Matrami Nefasim, Oshkabel Rahimet Hadiesha for Hanamana, Batinko Spotlemini for Shachal Hanimet, all the Trimefenchelash Kemelachtari in the name of Yeshua, Shalah. So suddenly, of levet ramini shevalchot chameviliati ashvodavlim patrenem al techach tobashatna anathal echanim. En bechmot ramile feshofel echad al tremevein kashkevel efecha metreni kashkadav al blecha matrine meshofel chedoecha en shmatle dechina mashketladi mefochal chanam. Adonai is not mercy of such a generation, which 11 years were enough day and night, one and another, to telling stop, no more, and kept on making the same thing. Go the hell, you staklerachas shlutamacham. That's all, and nothing else to discuss. Hell to the hell, ashes to ashes, which is of God to the God, us. Vechmot lemefincha desket lemecheniada, veshmot lebeti feshechal chanidem, in robertime de veskot ledecha tashmatzat, en belech mashechanim, oshva. On sekomot lemelefesh kadechal chanevadai, at lemedeskivat chavelechetish kavadim, in Shuema, Vachomatraniad. And I forged this and I never will hit a rumbat in jail because of fake commands. I'm going to put you like you put it, my people, officialism, and you are going to wish never existed. And I'm going to start now. My justice, says Adonai, is going to be above the whole nation, and my name is going to be respected, and you are going to be the rotten scum of hell ever, and that's the way I'm going to put you where you gotta go. That I command, says Yahweh. Shalah. NH'AHM 11 Sechanim. Like my screaming, I the liar, HTTPS www, the reality of our days, and this is what we go. Point INT, F MINIV'ESH'MOTH'EH 5. Always recall, VESHAMELECHTA ENCHADISHKE, Malaski, and my cleaner of FHL Hadav already came into the public domain. Works perfect. Anything you need, you're going to find it here. Last split, ISIS in New York, Your Honor. Sorry, my terms, people. Sorry, Moshé, baby, Israel. Sorry, Sion. Sorry, my friends. Sorry, Your Honors. Sorry, Mr. President. Sorry, responsibles. Sorry, justice parties, my terms, which are not exactly the most ever proper for the name of Adonai and for the reality of He made me be, and I am going to be forever with Him. Salah.